Hello everyone, I am Coach Wolverine, this is Coach Kelowna, and we are here for a new segment we are starting called A Conversation Over Drinks. Today we got ourselves a lovely beverage that Kyle himself has supplied for us. It is a drink hot or cold hot chocolate, and I gotta say, it's not too bad. Now, the reason we're here is to talk about the importance of getting comfortable being uncomfortable. As you can see, we're out here in only our board shorts in minus 15 weather, lovely Canadian winter. All right, and it is nice and cold. So, take it away, Kyle.
Absolutely. So, me and Coach Wolverine here, we've had a ton of discussions over the years, and we've jokingly said a whole bunch that we need to start recording because there's a lot of good sound bites that come out of these. And everything is just kind of fallen into place. So what we're going to do today is we're going to share a little bit of why we have such a unique perspective, both from myself and from Coach Wolverine here, and why that's going to carry into everything while out here quite literally freezing ourselves off and being quite uncomfortable. So the goal today is 10 minutes. We're going to start nice and easy. There's going to be a little bit of talking about the importance of that and the science behind it. Doing things like wearing kind of goofy hats also adds to being uncomfortable. And as we've said, we're here to get comfortable being even more uncomfortable than we have and been working on, and that we share with our clients and other people year round. So what we'll do here is, like I said, we're going to share some of our experiences, some of our educations, qualifications, and everything that we really feel like gives us a unique perspective. So I'll pass it back over to Wolverine.
Thank you very much. So, why the drinks, you may ask? First, I'm going to ask you this question. How many people do you know that go to the restaurant and order the exact same thing every single time because it's familiar? Right? I'm one of those guys. Okay? So the purpose of the drinks is every single episode that we're going to do for these things is a drink that neither of us have ever tried before. We're going to try it. Maybe it's local, maybe it's not, and we're going to give it a little bit of a rating because we're doing something we've never done before. So during these segments, like today, we're standing outside in the fucking freezing cold. It's cold outside. However, we're also going to be doing some other things where we're going to travel because neither of us, we don't like heights. So we're going to do shit that's on the side of a cliff, or we're going to do stuff at the top of a building, basically just putting ourselves in uncomfortable situations to create the importance around why we have to get comfortable being uncomfortable, right? We are in a society right now that being soft is okay. Well, you know what? How I see it is when things are soft, they start to rot, right? That's how I see it. So, cold therapy. There's a lot of this. However, I'm going to let Kyle take on the benefits of cold therapy, and then we're going to jump back into another perspective of it.
Yeah, so we're basically science behind it, hot cold contrast therapy. There's a ton to it. Everything from recovery to blood flow to even increased cognition. It's all there. There's a ton of data on it, but the main thing we want to talk about today is one thing that I've done a lot, if you've been following along on my channel this summer, is really introducing cold showers and getting that cold perspective in. So what that does, stimulates your vagus nerve in your body, one of your largest nerves, helps with brain to body connection, helps with brain to gut connection, which, just in case you didn't know, your stomach's responsible for producing 95% of your body's serotonin, which is one of our main neurotransmitters that affects our mood. So you could think about how much nicer it is to have more stuff that keeps you relaxed, right? And it's all natural, and that's just a quick thing that 5 minutes in a cold shower morning and evening can do. Never mind 10 minutes freezing our ass off outside. Another one is the recovery aspect. You slow the blood flow down, and then once you get inside and heat up, the blood flow goes everywhere, enhances the recovery. So we're going to keep it pretty simple. We're not going to get too scientific with it, but Coach Wolverine's going to take us through the importance of that and how that trickles into our overall mental perspective and trickles into the rest of our day.
Okay, so getting comfortable being uncomfortable. The more we do things that we don't like, the easier it gets, right? So, for instance, talking to a crush probably terrifies the hell out of you off the bat, right? Until you actually have that conversation and you realize, wow, this actually wasn't that bad. Now, how about let's take it to the gym? You know, those first few reps of that new exercise that you're trying, yeah, it's uncomfortable. they sucked. But man, hot damn, when you hit that PR, how proud of yourself are you in those situations? Okay, so my base is all around building up self-confidence. Okay, how do you build self-confidence? Well, first off, it's a skill. Confidence is a skill, and there are a lot of other people out there that think of it as something different. I think of it as a skill, but it's something that you have to practice. So, going out and talking to somebody that you've never talked to before, little increment steps like that gets comfortable, right? So, short, quick story on that. I used to work in the nightlife industry, okay? I managed a nightclub, I managed a security team for 2 bars and for the hotel for some time. I was not a people person. I could not talk to people to save my life, let alone if it was an attractive woman. It just didn't happen. However, through the repetition of having to do it over and over again, it became easy. Very, very easy. When you step into the vulnerability of discomfort, and the more you step in that discomfort, just like a well-trained muscle, that skill will grow. It will flourish. It will get stronger. Confidence being a skill, a habit, it's just the exact same thing. So for us, doing these uncomfortable things, stepping in the cold, yeah, this sucks. But you know what? We start doing this on a regular basis, hell, once a week. Maybe in a few weeks, we'll be able to do this for 15, 20, 30 minutes. And it's not going to be that difficult because we've built up that resilience to it. Whereas right now, yeah, I'm ready to go back inside.
It's pretty chilly.
It's a little chilly. But are we going to die? No. And that's what getting into that vulnerable state is so many people think that they're going to die because it's so uncomfortable. Speaking of discomfort, we're going to have to change sides here because my arm is getting tired. All right.
So on that, I mentioned that we have unique perspectives. And one cool thing about me and Dylan here is that we've kind of been paralleled to each other through a lot of industries and stuff. Dylan mentioned his time at the nightclub. I happen to go there a lot for a large period of time. But I was bartending at a couple places here in town, which in turn also led me to striking up conversations with all walks of different people, and everything from bartending at the Keg to the brew house and meeting everyone. And I, for whatever instance, was always in charge of the conversation side of it. That does fall into like my sales background and things like that. And on the formal education side, I actually have my business degree that I attained from Mount Royal University and did all that stuff. So that's the formal side. When it comes to the business perspective of the whole thing, which again in turn parallels Dylan's side of it, he has formal business ownership experience, which again, we're right beside each other in two different things. That's why we thought it was just crazy that we've done so much stuff that's ran into each other. And that's not it, believe it. Those two big things and how many times we've run into it, that's not it. It continues on from there. And Dylan will tell you a little bit about just where we've ended up as far as the fitness industry goes.
So for the fitness industry, as Kyle mentioned, I used to own a gym. Okay, I own a gym with my other friend, also named Kyle.
Who I also know.
Yeah, so it's a very small world.
We're down to a minute.
And, it's only a minute left. Cool. This actually went by a lot faster than I thought. So the funny thing with the parallels is where Kyle has the formal training, I have the informal or just doing it. Or where I have the formal or education, he has the experience of just doing it. So, as I said, I used to own a gym. I had a personal training business for a little while. Found out it wasn't my cup of tea. The coaching stuff, abso-freaking-lutely it is. It's very, very rewarding, and it's exactly why we are teaming up to do something like this now. We have had so many conversations through our friendship where we used to just joke and tease that we should start recording them just because. Conversations or where he would come in and it was supposed to be a quick 5 or 10 minute visit, sometimes ended up lasting 2 hours. May or may not have gotten him into a little bit of trouble with his lovely girlfriend, or vice versa with myself. So essentially, moving forward, you will be able to expect to see us doing things that are making us uncomfortable, where just like this. And for those of you that are just coming in, as you can see, We are just in board shorts.
That's it. That's 10.
And that is 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed watching us freeze our nuts off in my backyard. You got anything else to add right now?
No, that's it. We've had these conversations, as Dylan's alluded to, and I have too, that there's a lot of tidbits of knowledge and a lot of little stuff that comes up that's allowed us to go home and help clients out and help other people and share with our friends. So we just kind of want to bring that to a platform, multiple platforms, where we can start providing that benefit and reach even further. So today, a little bit of background on the two of us. You're going to get to know us a little bit better. You're going to get to know that I actually only own like 4 hats, and this is one of them. So
I can't say the same. I have a lot of hats.
But as we move forward, we're just going to have some fun. You're going to get to watch us grow by being uncomfortable. And down the road, we're going to be inviting others to come out and get uncomfortable with us and learn and grow and pass that knowledge on and keep it positive and have some fun. And then we're going to get into, as Dylan says, some tough tidbits and tough pills to swallow, because it's always a good conversation to have when you're freezing out in the snow. But that's it from me. So follow along, and I look forward to chatting with you guys a lot more down the road.
I don't know about you guys, but I love those hard to swallow pills. Absolutely do. But I got nothing more to add right now, because I'm cold. I'm ready to go back inside. However, you guys, get comfortable being uncomfortable.